Wow, you guys. So now we have a new alleged assaulter who, I think the Diddy case is going to open the floodgates of all these types of cases where everybody starts to, come forward either with their authentic pain or, you know, with their palms outstretched looking for their payday, right? We have to go through the process with each one to see who's really telling the truth and who's not. You can't just say, okay, it's all bandwagoning and everybody's lying, but at the same time, you can't just, accept all of these stories as true on their face. You have to examine the evidence. You have to hear what the witness has to say or the accuser, and the defendant has to face his or her accuser through a process to get to the truth of what happened. So now you have country music star Garth. Is Garth or Goth? Garth or Goth? Goth. I think it's Garth. Garth Brooks is accused that by a woman of yeah, assault, very similar to the Puffy case. And this person is saying that he wanted to have threesomes with him and his wife, Trisha Yearwood. Now, I'm not a country music woman, just like I'm not a rap woman. I have no idea about country music. In fact, I would say that I probably know more about rap than I know about country music, and I know absolutely nothing about rap. I know here's the rap song I know. I love New York, the stuff the dreams are made of. There's nothing this is it. This is the song I know, and I believe it's a Jay-Z song with Alicia Keys. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the extent of my rap knowledge. Okay, I don't know the moving parts. I know Jay-Z, I know Diddy, obviously, but I know Kanye. I know them. I don't know. Okay, if you said to me, Kanye sings this or Diddy sings that, I don't know. Or Jay Z sings that, I don't know. Except for I Love New York. I love New York. This stuff the dreams are made of. There's nothing I can't do. You know what I mean? I am a ridiculous creature. I am totally ridiculous. I know it. Okay, so anyway, so Garth. So Garth, I digressed. I digressed, okay? Garth is now accused of a very serious transgression, okay? Just very similar to Diddy, which is interesting. Once you start one, you open one, you can have a floodgate. Everybody's going to be coming forward with all of these stories. And look, some of them I think are true. And some of them I think are not true. And so I'm reserving judgment. I have no idea. I don't know these people. I was not there on the scene. I have no idea. I don't even want to know, to tell you the truth. But it's a legal case. So, let's look at this because I wanted, I've started this new podcast while I'm in the process of called Cruising Paris Legal. So I want to like look at, legal cases and, give my 2 cents on these for what it's worth. 2 cents is 2 cents, right? So that's why. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, my goodness, this kind of sounds like it was inspired by the Diddy case, right? It sounds like it, but it may not even be. It seems like it may have been going on a while, even, right? So it says here the woman who sued Garth Brooks claims the singer made repeated remarks about having threesomes with her and his wife. A remark is not an assault, first of all. Okay, so the accuser, who goes by Jane Roe, I wonder why they allow her to use Jane Roe. Um, it's interesting. In the lawsuit that was filed Thursday, she said she was employed as his makeup artist and hairstylist beginning in 2017. What did I just say? What did I just say? 2017. Okay. And she says she was previously hired to do Trisha's makeup in 1999. So in her complaint, she alleges that, Mr. Brooks such and such her and he undressed in her presence. Well, I mean, if she's going to allege that he bleeped her, obviously he had to undress in her presence. So why even put that in there? Of course he's undressed. He can't do it clothed. I don't think. I mean, I've been out of commission for a while. That's true, but to my recollection, he has to be undressed, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Why did I just say that? Sometimes I say things that just are like, don't open your mouth, Marion, because just don't. Okay, listen, you guys, this woman is saying that Garth Brooks undressed in her presence. For me, this is just a red flag. Of course, he undressed in her presence. You just said this man bleeped you. He can't do it. Well, maybe he could. He could, but except for the one apparatus that is needed, which can be extracted through zippers, if you know what I mean. And then he remains. This is too much. And look, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing because I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I mean, it's so much. And there's more coming. Now, this woman said that Garth Brooks exposed his such and such and his such and such. And he openly spoke about, fantasies in several incidents. I mean, speaking about fantasies is not assault, right? So I don't know why she's even putting all of that in there. I mean, just leave it with the assault and that's it. Why go into this stupid detail about anyway, look, one of the fantasies he brought up was wanting a threesome. I mean, again, you know, what can I say? Listen, you guys. So this is Garth Brooks and his wife Trisha Yearwood, I would imagine. I've heard of them both. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that much under a rock. I've heard their names. I just don't. I can't identify a song as okay. This is a Garth Brooks song. This is a Trisha Yearwood song. You know what I mean? Because I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop, you guys. Okay, I'm in my bubble. I'm in my bubble. Don't anybody burst my bubble. Okay, so what's that? What else do I want to say about this? I mean, I think that's all I want to say about this for the moment. It seems like, oh, no, wait a minute. It says here, Garth said in a statement, for the last 2 months, I have been hassled to no end with threats, lies, and videotapes and tragic tales of what my future would be if I did not write a check for millions of dollars, Brooks claimed. It has been like having a loaded gun waved in my face. Well, look, the thing is that he goes on to say hush money, no matter how much or how little, is still hush money. In my mind, that means I am admitting to behavior I'm incapable of, ugly acts no human should ever do to another. Look, here's the thing. Um, the fact that she tried to extort this money allegedly from him means that, they had some kind of relationship in the sense that she was in the house and she was the makeup artist. So there's proximity there. So it almost sounds to me at best what occurred here is that, they had a little something something on the side, you know, where his wife was not aware. She trusted this situation. She trusted her husband. She trusted the makeup artist. And there was a little something, something. And then the makeup artist wants money so that she doesn't tell the wife. This is just how it sounds to me. I'm not saying this is the fact. And I shouldn't say it's how it sounds to me. I should say one of the possible explanations for why would she try to extort Garth and not say extort some random person? You know, a couple of reasons. One is the random person may not have money. So you can't extort somebody who doesn't have anything to give you. And number two is because maybe there was some kind of extramarital situation going on that not going on, but that went on in the past tense. Or for that matter, it could still have been ongoing when she filed this complaint. And then she decided maybe look, if he wouldn't leave the wife or whatever, then she decided, look, I want money or I'm going to tell. I mean, I don't know, these are just possible things that could have really gone down, as well as she could be telling the truth. But the thing is that I expect a lot more of these types of lawsuits coming down the pike because there's a lot of bandwagoning that goes on in society. And it's fascinating to watch. And I don't always believe a lot of these people in these types of situations just because people bandwagon and what monkey see monkey do. So somebody does and says something, they get money, whatever. Me too, and they come and they bandwagon and they too extort these people because once your name is called in something and there's any kind of truth or credibility to any of it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, especially for men. This is especially true for men in these types of cases. In these types of cases, assault cases, you have one woman claiming something against a man, and he's a man, a famous man in particular. Watch out. Watch out. There's going to be thousands coming down the pike. And some of these people have never even met the guy in question. But because he's a public figure and because he has so much reputational um, harm and damage that can happen to him, he is in a position where he wants it to go away or whatever, because some of it, there's some elements of truth to some of it. You know what I mean? You take a guy like Diddy, you see him in the hallway assaulting Cassie right away. He looks guilty of every possible crime that you can imagine, just based on that video alone, which is why that video is so explosive, so sensational, so prejudicial, right? Whoever released that video intended to make him look guilty of every crime that they were going to accuse him of. That was done intentionally. And there is a danger of that. Now, the fact that somebody assaults their girlfriend doesn't mean that they committed murder. The fact that they assaulted their girlfriend doesn't mean that they trafficked her or things like that. It could mean that. I mean, I was not there. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I have no idea. I'm looking for more evidence. I'm looking for more testimony. I want to hear what the witnesses have to say and the accused and the victims, etc., before I draw my conclusions. But I am saying that there's a lot of bandwagoning that goes on in the society where as soon as somebody sees somebody it does something, they too come up with their own things. Now, in this case with Garth Brooks, I'm not saying that it's true or false. I want, again, the same rules apply. I want to hear the evidence, right? I want to hear the evidence. But there's a lot of extortion that goes on with men in this situation, which is what it's not that men are not innocent in the sense that that they do have to watch their behavior too, because your name is not going to be called if you're just not in this situation at all. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have to think about your behavior, think about where you go, what you do, who you're doing it with, of course. But I mean, if you want to safeguard your reputation, especially when you are a public figure in this way, you really have to be extremely careful. So a man like Garth Brooks, I mean, he's now accused by a makeup artist. I mean, in your position situation, you're not going to be alone with a woman. You're just not in a room with a woman. You don't do that because you don't know when. This is not necessarily today. It could be years from now where you're accused of all kinds of things that you cannot disprove, right? And because you were alone with that woman, you have a makeup artist, there should be other people in the room every time you're getting made up by her. And if possible, you have cameras in the room. Now, Puffy had cameras in his room, but the placement of those cameras, listen, it's a lot of different things you've got to think about, right? But you never are alone in a room with a woman. I think if I'm a man and I'm famous, I'm going to always have people around like that, etc. But like I said, I don't know the facts. Maybe he did. Maybe something did happen. Maybe it didn't. We have to wait and see. The unfortunate thing is now you've mixed this man's name up and stuff. And if it's not true, the damage is done, right? It's that, you see, it's that. It's something is always left even after you clear your name, if you are able to do that. But let's wait and hear what went on here. Whether he had an affair with this woman and then she turned on him, or whether this woman is just completely, you know, off her rocker, or what. We don't know. We have to wait and see. But so another lawsuit has now been filed against a famous guy. Yep, 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 yep. Another lawsuit has been filed. And I also heard some allegations about Vice President Harris's husband. He's being accused of allegedly assaulting his former girlfriend. Did you guys hear that? I was stunned. But anyway, listen, that's all for this one. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.